Hey, no Diddy, man. No Diddy.
This is the day y'all been waiting for. I've been seeing you online talking about Young Miami. It's only a matter of time before you locked up with your man Diddy. You better go find you some orange outfits. Your time is coming. Enjoy twerking with Saucy Santana while you can. She was with Diddy for so long, her name hacked, she got to be involved somehow. And today is that day. Young Miami has finally been implicated in some freak-off mess. You better like the video and you better subscribe. Now, it says Sean Combs was essayed, drugged, and tracked. Model's location, lawsuit claims. Okay, he tracked the model's location. I made it sound like it was separate, but you know, look, give me a second, okay? Now, first off, I'm not paying no subscription to Rolling Stone. So you know I took the notes, okay? Anyway, this woman says the abuse went on for years, okay? She said it was a lot of forceful drugging going on where she would pass out and she would wake up the next day and she don't know what's going on. One particular time, she said she woke up with bruises and bite marks on her feet. Bruises and bite marks on her feet, like somebody had a foot fetish, okay? She said Diddy would fly her out, but she did not want to go. And to get her to go, he would use forceful language, okay? So I know a lot of y'all like, well, how could you fly somebody out forcefully? If you in another state and he's somewhere else, how could he threaten you? But she said, you know, he was known for telling these threatening jokes, making it seem like it was a joke, but like something would happen to her. He would make promises. He would throw around money. It's more money talk as we continue, but she says it was basically forceful language that would get her on that plane to go see Diddy. Now, a lot of people think this woman is Gina. I think this is the same woman that did the interview with Tasha K. This is not Gina. But people were thinking it was Gina because Gina and Young Miami got into it on Twitter months ago. I think this is the same girl that Young Miami said, if I told Diddy to put you on your knees, you would eat the coochie. Remember when she said that? This is not that girl. This is somebody else. But she said she was involved with Diddy all the way up until July of this year. Now, his house was just raided, and she was still messing with Diddy. Now, also, keep in mind, this is a civil suit. She is looking for money. But I'm going to tell you, ain't this like his 12 for 13 lawsuit? We getting to the point where it's like, how much money do Diddy got left to give out? Or if it gets to that point and everybody get paid, is he going to have enough for everybody? We gonna talk about that later. Just keep that in mind. So like I said, she was messing with Diddy until July of this year. Now, she said he recorded the encounters. And she said the fact that she was recorded, it gave her anxiety and depression. You know, maybe he was telling her, hey, I got these recordings of you. And she was just uncomfortable with him having these recordings of the freak-offs, all right? It said she talks more about substances and being blacked out, but she said during one of these freaky sessions, she ended up getting pregnant. And this is where Young Miami comes in, because they said one of Diddy's associates, who people are saying is Young Miami, was contacting her and trying to force her to get an abortion. Now, she ended up having a miscarriage, but she's saying that somebody close to Diddy, who a lot of people are saying is Young Miami, was contacting her to force her to get an abortion. Now, remember, when Diddy got, I forget who was Baby Love's baby mama. I don't know. But I remember when Baby Love came around, it was like this embarrassing thing for Carisha, right? Everybody was saying, oh, yeah, look, this nigga done had a baby on you. So, look, allegedly, I could see Young Miami trying to stop any more kids from popping up because of that situation with Baby Love. I think it was a lot of times in that relationship between Diddy and Young Miami where she felt embarrassed. Remember when, do y'all remember when she brought Diddy on Carisha Please? And she asked him about his relationship status, and Diddy sat back and said, I'm single. I'm single. And then her next question was, well, what's up with us? And he said, we dating. We go on dates. I think it was moments like that where she felt embarrassed, okay? And, you know, that might have caused her to do some shit like be chasing bitches trying to get them to get rid of babies, all right? Now, after the miscarriage situation, she said Diddy wanted to see her again. He was contacting her through calls and texts, and they eventually met up again. She said it was more drugs. She passed out multiple times. And at one point, she said Diddy wanted her to put on a show for him. And then he wanted her to do stuff with other sex partners like women and men. So I'm assuming before the miscarriage, maybe it was just freaky acts between them. Maybe she was just with Diddy. And then after she had the miscarriage, he wanted her to, like, you know, join other people. Okay. Now, she said at one point she tried to get financially independent, but Diddy would keep trying to control her with money. So at one point he started giving her an allowance. All right. Now, that's basically it for this young lady. We have another case to talk about because it's 50 new victims, but I am curious to know what y'all thought about the details of this and what y'all thought about Young Miami potentially being involved in some of these things. Now, to me, if Young Miami did contact this girl, I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. I think if she did do that, I can't see it being any different from a lot of women in these kind of toxic relationships. Even in that Carisha Please, she asked Diddy, was he toxic? And he said, yeah, I'm toxic. So, you know, I don't think it's crazy for me to say the relationship was toxic. Even though she says it was no abuse going on in the relationship, talking about Young Miami, she said Diddy never touched her, never put hands on her. And I'm kind of willing to believe that. I just think her and Diddy was getting so freaky that he felt really satisfied with what he was getting from Young Miami. Remember, it was a lot of talk about golden showers and stuff like that. If they was doing all type of freaky stuff like that, I mean, if you Diddy, why would you ever be upset with your little, you know, little young freaky girl toy always saying yes? You know, Young Miami seemed like she was always down. She was always sitting there smiling. I don't feel like she was talking too much. According to Young Miami, she said Diddy was on brand for her. Remember that? All right, so let's get to these 50 new victims, all right? This is coming from TMZ. Also, this is coming from this guy's Instagram page for his law firm. This guy's name is Tony Busby. He said he's going to be representing 50 new victims, some which were minors when they had these altercations with Diddy and his associates, all right? I'm assuming maybe some people who were hired and employed by Diddy, all right? And he put out this long post on Instagram. And essentially, look, he's saying, you know, Diddy has been accused of a lot of crazy shit. Some of these people are minors. He's saying that, look, a lot of these acts occurred at hotels, private homes, and also at infamous Diddy freak-off parties, all right? Everybody keeps using this term freak-off, all right, which is crazy. It's crazy to hear, like, white people saying freak-off all the time now. But anyway, he's basically saying, look, I got 50 people who are claiming Diddy did these things. Some of them are minors. And if you're somebody who had any type of dealings with Diddy and you feel like it was foul play, contact us. It's almost like he's looking for more people to make this a stronger case. Now, here's the thing. I told y'all earlier. Let's just say some of these first few lawsuits get paid out. In my opinion, eventually Diddy is going to file for bankruptcy. At that point, if anybody else wants any more money, he's going to tell the judge, I don't have it. I owe this to this person and that person. And, you know, certain people will basically be more important than others because they stepped up first, right? Cassie's already been paid $30 million allegedly, okay? The money's gonna have to run out. Or even if he don't run out, he will still file bankruptcy so nobody else could get more of the money that he got left. You see what I'm saying? But yes, we're gonna see more lawsuits coming because, of course, he paid out $30 million. If anybody else has an issue with him, they want to get the money. And look, I'm not mad at anybody going to get the check. Did he put himself in this situation? He has to deal with the repercussions. But some of these people are going to have to ask themselves, am I too late? Am I even going to be able to get anything out of this if all of these other people have already been paid, or if he just basically dries up the well and says, I ain't got no more money for y'all. I'm broke. I ain't got it. He's, changed his lifestyle a little bit. Y'all heard he was selling some houses, selling some property, trying to downsize, but that don't mean that he gonna have money to pay out to all of these people. I think that's something that I think lawyers are gonna start to tell new potential clients. Also, this guy said he got 50 people. Now, if you suing somebody, do you want your case mixed up with 49 other people? Or let's say he put out this, he put out this call for new people to come forward. So let's say it gets to 60 people. I'm wondering, is this an attempt to maybe get Diddy or somebody near him to maybe close off this? Hey, I got 50 people. You want to make a deal now before this goes any further? Or is this like the new thing people are going to have to do to get any money out of him? Do we got to all come together to try to get what little money is left? I'm assuming so far he's going to fight all of these. Remember, it was some judgment that was given to some guy. I think he was from Michigan, and everybody was like, oh man, Diddy gonna have to pay this guy like what, $71 million, I think it was. But his lawyer came through, cleaned that up. He ain't got to pay that person $71 million. So he's been successful fighting a few of these civil suits. I don't know what's going on with Little Rod. I saw Little Rod partying with 50 Cent. I don't know what's up with him. But like I said, I think he's fighting a lot of these cases so far. But I just don't know. Are we getting to a point where some people might be too late? And a lot of these lawyers, I heard, are personal injury lawyers. So they're going to lawyers, looking to be compensated, right? That don't mean Diddy didn't do anything, where smoke is fire usually. But that's what's going on right now. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this, man. A lot going on with the diddler. Like the video and subscribe. Let me know what y'all thought about the Young Miami piece and these 50 new victims. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.